These are the worst jack stands ever made. Products so dangerously defective that they triggered the largest jack stand recall in American history, leaving behind crushed bones, severed limbs, and deaths that were entirely preventable. More than 1.7 million units from a single retailer alone had to be pulled from shelves, and the replacements they sent out were just as deadly. This is a story about what happens when the cheapest possible manufacturing collides with the most unforgiving law in physics, gravity. Before we get into the specific products you need to avoid, understand the actual scale of this problem, because most people have no idea how dangerous a jack stand failure can be. According to NHTSA data, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration estimates that roughly 4,800 people receive emergency medical treatment every year from carjack and jack stand failures. 96% of those people end up in emergency rooms. 39% suffer their worst injuries to the hand, wrist, or fingers. And that's just the people who survive. Dozens of these incidents end in death every single year, and the vast majority happen at home, not in professional repair shops. Worth noting, OSHA requires professional shops to follow specific lift equipment protocols precisely because the stakes are this high, but those regulations don't protect the weekend mechanic in his own driveway. These are weekend mechanics. Fathers changing brake pads in their driveways, people doing routine work underneath vehicles they trusted a $10 piece of stamped steel to hold up. And here's what makes this so infuriating. Jack stands have one job: hold a vehicle in the air. That's it. You'd think they'd all perform roughly the same, but they don't. Designs and quality vary enormously, and cheaping out on these simple safety devices can be a genuinely fatal mistake. So let's start with the worst offender in the history of this product category. In May of 2020, Harbor Freight Tools recalled over 1.7 million Pittsburgh automotive jack stands across their 3-ton and 6-ton models. That number alone is staggering. But what made this recall so alarming was the specific defect. The problem centered on the powel, a circular saw blade-shaped piece of metal that forms part of the ratcheting mechanism, locking the stand at the correct height. In the recalled units, this powel failed to engage the ratchet teeth properly. It could disengage without warning, dropping the full weight of a vehicle straight to the ground. The root cause was almost laughably negligent. The original manufacturer, Jiaxing Golden Rock Tools Company in China, determined that the defect came from aging production tooling. Their machines were worn out, and they kept running them anyway, stamping out potentially lethal equipment by the hundreds of thousands. Federal safety investigators found that none of these units met the ANSI PASE standards, the Portable Automotive Service Equipment certification that quality jack stands are required to pass before they're sold to consumers. The Consumer Product Safety Commission coordinated alongside NHTSA on the investigation, and together, they flagged the recall as one of the most urgent in recent automotive product history. A Reddit user who went by CSS Player demonstrated just how thin the margin of safety was on these stands. He brushed white paint onto the locking pawl of a recalled 3-ton unit, then checked how much contact the powel was actually making with the teeth. The result was terrifying. A sliver of metal contact was all that stood between the user and what he described as a trip to the county coroner. Harbor Freight reported at least 11 injuries linked to these stands, none life-threatening, but the potential for catastrophe was enormous. Now here's where the story gets worse. Much worse. On July 7, 2020, just 2 months after the original recall, Harbor Freight CEO Eric Schmidt had to make an announcement that became one of the most embarrassing moments in retail tool history. The replacement jack stands they'd been sending to customers who returned the original defective units were also defective. These replacements, manufactured by a different Chinese company called Anhui Guangde Zhongding Automobile Tools, carried a welding defect that could cause the base of the stand to split apart and collapse suddenly, without any warning. Over 118,000 of these replacement units had already shipped to customers who thought they were doing the right thing by participating in the recall. Schmidt said publicly that he was disappointed and embarrassed, and told customers to stop using the stands immediately and return them for a full cash refund. But think about what actually happened here. People had a dangerous product. They followed the recall instructions. They received a replacement that was just as dangerous. That's a systemic failure at every level of quality control. In August of 2020, Walmart recalled nearly 14,000 hyper-tough 2-ton jack stands after they failed safety testing, conducted by an independent third-party lab. The failure involved the ratcheting bar, the same type of mechanism that collapsed in the Harbor Freight stands. The defect could cause the jack to drop without warning while under a raised vehicle. Walmart pulled the stands from shelves on July 13th, the same day they received notice of the test failure, and the formal recall launched on August 14th. Then in December of 2020, 419 Summit Racing 3-ton jack stands were recalled after it was determined that the ratchet bar could fail during use, allowing a vehicle to fall without warning. A smaller recall, yes, but 419 chances for someone to die under the weight of their own truck. In the United Kingdom, an Argos 1.5-ton trolley jack kit was also recalled after a fault was found in the axle stands. The rivets holding them together could fail, producing a complete collapse during use. Statistics are one thing. The human cost of these failures is something else entirely. In March of 2011, a student at the University of Connecticut died after his car fell on him. An expert witness named Frederick Heath testified that the jack stand likely experienced what's known as false engagement, where the locking pal appears secured but isn't actually holding. A 32-year-old Navy officer was killed while replacing the rear axle of his pickup truck in his own driveway. He was placing only 2,000 pounds of load on a stand rated for far more, but rated capacity and actual load distribution are two different things. A stand's tonnage rating assumes the load is centered and static. The moment weight shifts unevenly across the saddle, or the stand isn't seated squarely on the vehicle's designated lift point, even an underloaded stand can fail. It didn't matter that he was well within the number on the label. One of the legs buckled, the truck collapsed on him, and he died of asphyxiation. His family settled for $3.75 million, and he left behind 2 young children. In 1998, 2 auto mechanics in Iowa, ages 42 and 48, were killed simultaneously when a tow truck fell from its jack stands while they worked on the rear axle. Both men died of craniocerebral trauma, and basilar skull fractures. And as recently as November 2025, within the last year, a 44-year-old man in San Antonio was killed when a car jack slipped while he was underneath a vehicle. This is not a problem that ended with a recall notice. These aren't abstract numbers. These are people who went to work on a car and never came back. So what should you actually buy? The consensus among experienced mechanics is clear. Avoid flimsy, stamped steel stands. Avoid any ratcheting-style stand that lacks a locking pin. Look for reinforced steel construction with double locking pins, and look for ANSI/PASI certification on the packaging. That's your baseline guarantee that the stand has been independently tested to a recognized safety standard. Brands that consistently perform well in testing include US Jack, Husky, and Hein Werner. Strong budget options include the Arkin 3-ton, Torin Big Red 3-ton, and Sunex 3-ton. Ironically, Harbor Freight has since redesigned their stands with extra weld spots, crossbars, and a safety bar secured with a cotter pin. If you own an older Harbor Freight stand without the new locking pin on a chain, return it immediately. And regardless of what brand you own, follow these rules every single time. Park on level ground and use wheel chocks. Position the stand correctly under the vehicle's designated lift points, the reinforced pinch welds or frame contact points specified in your owner's manual, not just anywhere that looks solid. Lean against the car before you slide underneath it to confirm it's stable. Never work alone. A jack stand costs somewhere between $20 and $60. A funeral costs thousands. The math has never been complicated. For years, manufacturers treated this life or death product like it was disposable, and people paid for that negligence with their bodies and their lives. Don't be one of them. Check your jack stands tonight.